Hello, hello, my lovelies. Today we are going to be doing a get ready with me because you guys requested this. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my makeup for today, just kind of talk about where my style is at and kind of the new style that I've adopted and everything else like that. So, and how that reflects into my makeup for the upcoming future. So, without any further ado, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get into this makeup. So, yeah, roll the intro. Welcome back. Now, I'm going to also be drinking my coffee. This is going to be much more of like a relaxed kind of video. So if you're bothered by me drinking coffee on camera, I'm sorry. It is still super early. I did a lot of things last night. I should not have stayed up until like 1 o'clock knowing I was going to make this video in the morning, but here we are. So it wasn't my fault. It was one of those nights where you're just laying in bed and you want to sleep, but for some damn reason you just can't. So yeah, that was kind of my dilemma last night. So if you're disturbed by me drinking coffee, or you can drink coffee or tea or whatever you're drinking along with me, that's why I do say have a snack and have a drink. It's not just a catchy thing. I literally always do have something to drink. It's normally water, but it's early this morning, so we're having coffee. We're having coffee. All right. Now, let's go on and talk about the current makeup style. And let me just preface this by saying I am not a makeup professional. I was not even allowed to do my makeup as a kid or a teenager. And anytime I tried, I was called a clown and other things. So I never was doing my makeup up until like 3 years ago when I decided to start making content. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to learn how to do makeup then. So yeah, I'm not a makeup professional. I am still figuring things out. I don't know how to do false lashes. For one, if someone can actually teach me how to do false lashes, that would be great, because I have tried and I have failed multiple times. So if you could teach me how to do that, someone in the comments that knows more than me, tell me, please. I would like the help. So if I don't do things the normal way or how we do it in 2023, don't judge me. Okay? And this also coincides with kind of the makeup style that I've adopted recently. And I've always been kind of a weird kid, I guess. I've always listened to like emo or metal, all these other kinds of things. And I've always considered myself like an elder emo for like a long time. Like a 2010s emo, back when like Panic at the Disco wasn't hated on, which Brendan Urie, you have ruined your voice, sir. I'm sorry, but that's true. But recently, and it kind of came on upon accident, but I started seeing a lot more of goth people on my For You page on TikTok, and I started listening to the music that they were using in these videos, and it just kind of spiraled into me looking into the goth subculture, and I've really liked what I found, and I'm trying to incorporate more of that kind of goth look into my everyday makeup and my everyday looks, because there's a lot of stereotypes about goth, and we're going to get into them. But first, let's go ahead and actually get some primer on my face, because it's weird to film a video without makeup on like this. I've filmed TikToks before without makeup, but this is weird. I haven't done a get ready with me makeup style video for over a year, and even then it felt awkward. So maybe the more I do these, maybe the less awkward it'll feel. So let's go ahead and grab my primer. I use this Glow Primer Serum with Hydro Boost and Hyaluronic Acid from Neutrogena. I'm doing the whole makeup influencer thing. I use this serum. Actually, I'm kind of running low on it, but I like stuff with the hyaluronic acid in it. It just makes my skin feel so nice and smooth. So you're going to go ahead and just kind of drop some of that in these areas. And then we're going to just rub that on in. Most people would use rollers and stuff for their serums. Me, I'm just like, get that stuff everywhere and call it good, even the eyelids. Again, not a professional, but this is how I do it. This is how I do it. So, we're going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back to y'all. Now, the goth subculture, against, like, stereotypes of this being, like, dark and satanic. Also, this is the, Blistex Moisture Revitalizer chapstick. I use this to pre-moisturize my lips because it's always good to moisturize your lips. That's actually a tip I've picked up, is moisturize your lips before you ever do your lipstick. Your lips will, one, thank you, and yeah, your lips will thank you. So, put that on. I like to put that on as I prime. It's easy. But it didn't really, it's not a dark or satanic, it's not even a religious-based subculture. It's actually a music-based subculture, and a lot of people consider the 1979 song from a band called Bauhaus, a song that is called Bela Lugosi's Dead, which, if you don't know who Bela Lugosi was, Bela Lugosi is a well-known actor from, like, the Gilded Age of Hollywood, and he's best known for playing Dracula. So, that is what a lot of goths consider the first song, or if not the first gothic band, was, along with other bands like Susie and the Banshees, The Cure. It stems from a rejection of materialism, and you can actually kind of liken goth to basically like the hippie movement, except it's a little bit darker. It's not anything satanic or religion-based. It's about the music. You don't even have to dress in black to be goth. You can just wear or listen to the music, and you can consider yourself a goth. Like, I didn't really consider myself an emo, even though I had stacks upon stacks of CDs. Because I felt like dressing that way was what made it that way, and it's not that case growing up. So, it's the same thing with goth. As long as you're listening to the music and you're against, like, the materialism, and another thing in goth is, like, taking different aspects of the subculture and making your own unique style out of it. It's a subculture about self-expression, and I like that a lot, actually. It stems off of the pop punk kind of thing where it was about materialism and buying, where a lot of goths nowadays will tell you to go thrift shopping or to make your own clothing if possible. It's about renewability and rejecting kind of the social norms, and I've always kind of liked that about alternative culture. It's one of the reasons why I was drawn to it in the first place, because I always felt like this weird kid that, like, no one understands. Someone should insert the Fairly Odd Parents theme song. Timmy is an average kid that no one understands. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next step. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to make these videos, guys, and still be informative at the same time. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling. So let's go ahead and move on. Now, again, you don't have to follow my advice, but I like to use primer on my eyes, and I don't like to do the rest of my face before my makeup or my foundation or anything, because I feel like I get a lot of fallout in these areas, even when I tap my brushes, which is supposed to get rid of fallout. So I like to do my eyes before. And I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm sorry if the lid is dirty. It's been sitting in my makeup box. So that's what I use, and it's almost gone. If you see, it's like almost gone. I like to use everything till the very last drop, and then I like to reuse the containers. Which is another part of that sustainability and, like, reusing things that I really like about the subculture. So I just go ahead and I slap that on my eyeballs. In no particular fashion, because, again, I am no expert. I am teaching myself and learning from other people. So if you have any better way or know of anything or any better products and you're a cosmetologist or somebody that's been to cosmetology school, in the comments, let me know. I would like your help. Desperately. Please, I feel so clueless. So now let's get my concealer. I like to use this e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer with a matte finish. I guess I'm still stuck in like that 2016 makeup reading, reading the makeup sections of magazines back in 2016 where everyone was just talking about matte everything. So when I started doing my own makeup, I thought we were still doing the whole matte thing. So I've never changed. So I'm just gonna go in here with this. Slap a little bit on there. Gonna take my e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set. I like e.l.f. products. It's cheap, they're cheap, and they're still good at the same time. And gonna use my Burn Book mirror that I got from Profusion Cosmetics Mean Girls line. It also says, "You're so pretty. You're like so pretty" on it. So just gonna take that, spread it, and tap that on in. Make sure you get it nice and even and not cakey. Just like this. I can't exactly zoom, but just like this. And now I'm going to come back when I do the other eye. All right, see, and now that that's done, we're going to take this Fit Me, mine is the shade 100 or Translucent Matte and Poreless Powder, and I'm going to just take that and put that right on the eyeballs. So that way it prevents any kind of creasing or anything like that. There we go. Now your eyes are ready. Now for the next step, which is of course our eyes. I found this picture for a kind of romantic goth look that I wanted to do, which there's a whole bunch of subcultures in goth. Now, while I talk about that, let's display my palettes like a good influencer should. This is the Mean Girls X Profusion North Shore Yearbooks palette. It was a limited edition. I got it the same time I got the mirror, which I love Mean Girls. It is such a funny movie. These are the colors in the palette. I have used the crap out of this palette, if you couldn't tell. And then we have also by Profusion. I love Profusion. They're at Walmart. They have such good pigments for such a good price, which if you're hating on drugstore brands, I'm sorry, but there are such gems like Profusion and e.l.f. that make such good products for such a little bit of amount of money. Anyway, this is the Moonstone palette by Profusion. I don't know if you can see it, but this is what she looks like. It's got a lot of darker, moody tones like grays. It got some sparkles down here if you're a sparkle type girly. Just a lot of nudes and neutral tones to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my brush here, which is not clean. I'm sorry. If you're looking for aesthetic clean brushes, you're not going to find it here. We're going to go in with the shade Equinox, which is a gray shade. I guess I should show you, right? It's this one. This one right here. This gray shade. I hope I pointed correctly. But we're going to go in with that one. I'm going to take my mirror here. We're going to just go right on into this crease and kind of cut her off there. I do not claim to be a professional. Now, when it comes to the subcultures, there are so many different ones. There is traditional goths, which I'm going to be probably putting pictures up on the screen. And trad goths listen to the originals, the classics. They like to carry on the traditions of the goths of the first wave. And they listen to Bauhaus, The Cure, Susie and the Banshees. They dress how traditional goths dressed back then. And they just like to keep it how it was originally, essentially. And then you have people that like romantic goth, which is more lace, less leather like traditional goth, less punk influence. It's more liking the classic books, liking lace, and dressing almost Victorian or vampire-like, even though vampire and Victorian goths are also branches of goth. They are very valid branches, but just more so of the certain things, where romantic is kind of the generalized term for that. Now, instead of red like this image shows, which I'm gonna have to look at the image again, but I like to get that crease kind of done first. All right, I think that's good enough. Again, not a professional. Also, it's time for coffee again. Make sure you grab your coffee and take a sip, because we might be here a minute. This is not the most efficient makeup video. I know this is probably hot garbage when it comes to the creme de la creme of makeup videos, and I'm well aware of that. I'm doing my best. All right, thank you. Let's move on. All right, for her makeup look, it looks like she used more of red dusty tones, but I'm gonna be using more grays and blue because my hair is blue, and I feel like that would look a little bit better considering things. So yeah, while I find the blue shades, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about subcultures of goth. There are pirate goths, which I actually found this one kind of gothic singer that in one of the playlists I listened to. His name, I think, is Frank the Baptist, and there's this one song that's just like such a sea shanty, but also goth, and I love it. So I really like that. I really like that. There's not really much choices for blue in here, but we've got this one called Spring Fling. It's this one right here. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and do some dolloping into this one and trying to replicate what this girl has going on. I'm gonna go ahead and tap that. I'm gonna have to use my mirror. Now again, this is not gonna be a professional makeup video, and I apologize, but I'm trying. I have never really done this before, so this is all new. Oh, she go way out there with that eyeshadow, don't she? She go way out there with that. So yeah, I think all she's doing is just kind of taking the top layer and kind of just extending it outward with the color. And then she's gonna put a cut crease right here and just put the eyeshadow around this area of the eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to do these two things, and then I'll come back. All right? All right. Now, I had to find a different palette because I just was not liking the blues in there, so I got my Kaleidoscope palette, which is also from Profusion. And if you couldn't tell, I have used the crap out of this palette. So, yeah. We're going to go ahead and try to go in with this shade Marina that I really like right here. This little blue one right here. Because it was not showing up blue for some reason on camera. So we're going to go ahead and just go right on in with this one. Make sure you tap it off because, whew, you don't want the fallout. Especially when you're using older makeup like I am for some reason. But your girl ain't got the money to replace it for right now, so we make and do with what we got. I've never tried a makeup look like this before, so we are figuring things out together. My friends, my foes, my family. Maybe I'll post the pictures on Instagram, so that way you guys can better see what's kind of going on here. I don't know what's going on in the center here. I don't know what this is doing. I don't know what that's doing. But yeah, this is what we've got going on. And we're also going to be putting this kind of underneath and all around the eye as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this look up, and then I'll come back to you. All right, let's go. Now, I don't know if it shows up blue on camera. Maybe if I take off the flash, maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. Yeah, as you can see, it is much more blue without, like, the camera, but I will be posting these pictures on Instagram, which if you haven't already followed my Instagram, it's in my link tree. If you go to my channel, you can click my link tree, you'll find it, but if you can't find it, it's the randomshow1_, all lowercase. So, and I'll probably be putting it like right there. So I don't really post much, but if I do more of these get ready with me's, I can post the looks on Instagram and you guys can look at them for yourselves and see what you guys like and don't like, or if you're interested in this style at all. So yeah, just showing you guys what's kind of happening here. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner because I'm not going to exactly do the same thing that she does because she has much bigger eyes than I do, and I am a hooded-eyed girly, so we gotta do a little innovation. We're just gonna have to do a little bit of innovation, and I don't have the skills to make a cut crease. I do not have the skills. I do not know how to do a cut crease. Do not judge me. I am sorry. Also, I'm sorry if you guys hear my dogs maybe whining in the background. There's a girl dog nearby that is in heat, and they've smelled it because they're males, so they're kind of freaking out a little bit. So if you hear them whining in the background, I'm sorry. But I've got this Maybelline Tattoo Studio Gel Eye Pencil, and I'm just going to go ahead and do my underline with that. Just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye. Now, this is my favorite eyeliner, and this is the e.l.f. in Charcoal Ink Pot. These are only $3. These are only $3, and it is the best eyeliner. If you're still shitting on drugstore brands, please don't. This is a great product. I totally recommend this product. It might not be for beginners, though. If you want to start branching into doing bigger wings or more dramatic eyeliner, I recommend getting like an eyeliner pen or one of these, but also putting tape up or something to make a line so that way it's easier for you to trace it and therefore make your wing. Just kind of throwing those options out there for anyone new, trying new things, or just giving you guys my advice from what I've learned in the last 3 years. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this, and now I'm a little bit scared because I have never done this on camera. And we're gonna do that today. So, whew, this is scary. Okay, so far so good. Ooh. Oh, I'm scared. I've never done this before. This is so weird. Trust the process. We trust the process. Okay, not bad. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit, but yeah, just try to get as close to your lining your eye at first as possible because there's always room for mistakes. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of like fix this a little bit because I have never done this before on camera. So it's a little hard. Pray to whatever gods you believe in and just jump in. Woo, that's actually not bad. Okay, I can save this. I can save this. I can do it, Mr. Krabs. I believe. Try not to let that bleed. Oh, please don't bleed. Please don't bleed. Please don't bleed into my crease. Oh, I think it is a little bit, but that's not that bad, I don't think. We can always clean it up. We can always clean it up. All right. Now, Now we're going to go into the wing, which, again, if you get anything in there, just get a Q-tip, something, you can clean that up. It is fine. You can always fix it later. That is one thing I will always say, is you can always fix it later. So, what I like to do is I like to take it from my corner and go out. Now, I'm probably not going to do as dramatic as a wing as I normally do, just for this video. One, because I don't want to look that much of a fool. I already know I lack knowledge. So, but what I do know how to do is do wings. So, that and my eyes are a little bit misshapen. This one's a little bit bigger and a little bit more open than this one. So, it's already a difficult process. So, whew. Oh, we're messing up a little bit. It's okay. I can save it. Daddy, I can change him. Okay. See? That was stressful. But yeah, as long as you're taking it and you're doing your line here and then you just gracefully go across, you don't have to meet the ends until after you get that wing shape that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and match these up and clean them up a little bit, and then I'll come back to you and we're going to do my face. All right? All right. Now, as you can see, my eyes are not exactly even, and that's fine. They're close enough. They don't have to be exactly 100% perfect. I think only the people with the best skills can get their makeup to be absolutely 100% matching. So break that stereotype. It does not have to be like, see, this one's a little bit more swoopy up than this one, but I have messed with it for over 15 minutes. I have lost my patience trying to get these things to match. It's close enough. It's fine. We're moving on. You see, even after doing it for 3 years, I'm still not an expert. Still not perfect. You don't have to be, especially when you're first starting out. Just breaking that whole kind of stigma. I'm not a beauty influencer. I've never claimed to be. I probably never will be, but this is what I do. And especially when you have shaky hands like me, sometimes it can be hard to even get your eyeliner to look this all right. So, yeah. I'm going to try to fix it for about another 5 minutes. And if I can't get it fixed, don't make comments in the comment section saying that my eyes look mismatching and wonky. I'm sorry. I have better things to do than keep arguing with it. So, yeah. 1 second. All right, I got them to be somewhat matching. So now we're going to go ahead and jump into the primer and the foundation, concealer, all that good stuff. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Skin Primer Moisturizing Hydration Primer. I'm just going to take that and slap some of that in these areas that I'm going to need it. And it always reminds me of bird poop for some reason. I'm going to go ahead and just smooth this on in. Then we're going to take some of our concealer. Also, careful if you do your under eye before you do like your concealer and stuff, because I don't like to put concealer like right there in my crease. I feel like it just makes it look crunchy and bunchy after a while, and I don't like that. So I'm sorry this video is also so long. I promise in the future I will try to make these as shorter as possible, but you know, this is my first get ready with me in over a year, so we're just going for it. You know, we're just going for it. We are trusting the process and we're going for it. So again, we're going to go in with the Camo Elf concealer. And I like to just do a little bit here and a little bit here, a little bit on the nose, the chin, under here, get all these places. Because that's how I was told to do it in a magazine when I was 16, and I've never changed. So we're going to take our setting spray, just kind of spritz that a little bit, and then we're going to go in and tap it. Get that all nice and spread out. Get that all nice and spread out, and I'll come back to you. And now that that's all spread out, we're gonna go ahead and grab our Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder and keep that on hand for the next step, which is going to be grabbing our, which one is this? I have two different, they're both the Fit Me Matte and Poreless, but they're in different shades. Natural Ivory. Yeah, this is shade 112 Natural Ivory by the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And I'm just going to shake that up. This is actually really good foundation. A lot of people recommend this one, and that's how I figured out about it, is it was recommended to me. So, yeah, just going to go ahead and take that, put that in these areas that need the foundation. No, Savannah. Why do I always feel like Lion King when I do that? Simba, remember who you are. Also, what is your guys' stance on Hogwarts Legacy while I'm at it? Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and turn this into just random talking. Take your brush. This is a foundation brush I got from Wet n Wild. I don't know what that black dot is on it. Probably some black eyeshadow. Spray it. You're going to take that. And you're just gonna kind of blendy in. Blend it in. Everywhere. And what emo does not do their lips as well? It almost feels wrong not to do it at this point. It's not a phase, Mom. But what is your guys' stance on Hogwarts Legacy? Because I wasn't looking forward to this game. Even though I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, you guys know that, who's been around the channel for a while. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. But I wasn't going to be able to afford this game, so I was not looking forward to it, even though I seen commercials and people talking about it. Now, I'm not going to be able to afford it, so I'm not going to be able to buy it. But even if I had the money to buy it, I would spend my money on better things than a $60 video game. Because I don't have the money for that at this time. But even if I did, I would spend it buying stuff I need. And even if I was gifted a copy, at that point the money's been spent. So why complain about it if somebody bought it for you? I can see why people aren't going to buy it, and I respect that decision. And I see why people are going to buy it. I don't know exactly the proper stance even to have, because J.K. Rowling, as far as I'm aware, is not even involved in the project. But they're still going to have to pay her royalties, which royalties is on every single product. So you not buying the game, it's not going to hurt the developers either, because we already know that these people are going to make a mint off this game. But it's not like you not giving J.K. Rowling your money for this specific instance, this specific game, isn't going to hurt her bottom dollar. At this point, J.K. Rowling is so rich and she has her hand in so many money pots that it's going to be hard for it to even affect her with royalties. And if you want to not support it, I respect that decision, because she is a transphobe, she is a TERF. Not going to deny that. There is a lot of problems with the Harry Potter books, looking back and reading them now. But that's just kind of my stance on it. Like, were you looking forward to this game? Is that something you're looking forward to? Are you buying it? Mist it and set it. Don't forget your mist and set after you put on a ton of powder. This is probably way too much mist and set, but I like to know that things are misted and they're setted. But yeah, what is your guys' whole stance on that Hogwarts Legacy thing? I would like to know your opinions. And my bandana is coming loose. Which, at the end, we're going to take these braids out and see if they actually worked and gave me waves. Because I actually figured out how to braid. Which is another thing I've learned recently how to do, is teach myself how to braid. Because I was never taught how to do braids, surprisingly. There was a lot of things I wasn't taught that I should have been taught as a kid. But, yeah, what is your guys' whole stance on that Hogwarts Legacy thing? Let me know. Now we're going to go ahead and just do some brows. Now for my brows, a lot of the makeup girlies are probably going to get really terrified with me, but I'm just going to use eyeshadow and a brush. I don't have a brow pencil. I don't know how to use one. I don't know how to use brow gel. I don't know how to do my brows. This is how I've been doing it, okay? If you know how to do it, make a video. Let me know. I would like to know. But this is what I got. We're reaching into this gray shade Equinox, and I'm just going to color in Zeal brows. Because that's all I know I can do. It already looks substantially better. I don't understand the whole fuss and muss over brow gels and all these brow pencils. I don't know, understand the function sometimes of things. And people are like, oh, you should be doing this. And I'm like, but how though? How do you do that? Don't just tell me I should be doing something and not tell me how to do it. Don't judge me because you're not teaching me. You know what I mean? Also, this whole situation with Logan Paul is kind of just bizarre. Like, and it's not even the stuff about the pig. If you guys are keeping up with Logan Paul, he got in trouble recently with one of his pigs that was rehomed. That and stuff with this crypto zoo fiasco. Like, if you're still giving Logan Paul your money and you're investing in his stuff, why are you, first off? I mean, did we not forget about the horrible cartoon that was Dink Doink? Yes, Dink Doink. You heard me correctly. That was actually a thing made by Logan Paul, and it was just a really bad cartoonish ripoff of South Park. And it was a crypto scam that he had. So, like, a lot of this is just dumb. A lot of the news that's come out is just kind of dumb sometimes. And I wonder why, how things get how they do. So yeah, there's my brows. Now we're just going to go ahead and throw on some red lipstick. And then I'm going to come back to you guys. All right? All right. Now this is the Wet n Wild Liquid Cat Suit in the shade Behind the Bleachers. It's a red. It's actually a really nice red that I like. I've had this shade for a while now. Also, I don't know how to line my lips. If you know a good lip liner, drop the rec in the comments, please. But until then, this is how we do. Just fill her in and we're good. So here is the finished look. I hope you guys maybe have learned something from this, possibly. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments below about how I can improve this. Also, if you're looking at this scar up here, that's from when I fell. I can't do anything about it. It's been driving me crazy. It's been itching like crazy, so yeah. So if you guys learned from anything from this, let's take out these braids actually while I'm kind of doing the outro. This is so off the cuff. I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see me take these out. But we're gonna do it. You know, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna go for it. 'Cause why not? It's a new year. Let's see if that gave me some gorgeous, gorgeous waves. Oh my gosh. If you guys want the tutorial for these braids, I will drop it in my Instagram. Maybe. Because I am so far happy with this. It gave me a little bit of a wave. Ooh. I like that. All right. So if you guys learned anything from this, I really hope you have. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. I will try to do more of these if you want more of these. And yeah, so yeah. I've never done anything like this before. It's been a new experience. Yeah. Drop your recommendations for anything in the comments below. I don't know what else to say, except for like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.